Hey, Blessed Tribe, it's Coach Jess. I'm back again with another mental health motivational word. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. It is Sunday, and I have just been in a relaxed state all day. God told me, don't go nowhere, don't do nothing. He did give me permission to record today, but He said, listen, take it easy on yourself. So, as you have been just being very consistent with yourself, breaking barriers, being consistent, just defying all the odds that were stacked up against you, overcoming every distraction that's tried to come your way. Things has been trying to come against you, your kids, your finances, your marriage, your household, your personal mind, just trying to defeat you to say you can't do this, you can't do that, you came from this place and people like you don't do that. You acting brand new. You probably done heard all of that before, especially if you're on your journey of transformation. So I just wanted to get on today. Listen, I had a couple words for you guys, and I have some stuff that I need to share that I didn't get to share previously. So it's like if I don't go ahead and share it, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to rewind and tape and like bring it back. So I'm gonna start there where God just had me paying attention to stuff that normally wouldn't have caught my eye, but here my spiritual eyes are awakened and my spiritual ears are awakened. So I hear and I see more clearly in God's spiritual realm, because what this earthly realm has to offer is very deceptive, and all of it is going to pass away and fade away. The only thing that is going to survive is God's word, what you have done for God's kingdom, how you have loved on God's people, and how you have authentically walked into who God birth you here to be, your true identity, help and save souls. There's going to be many people who get left behind, but God is saying, because of you, because of your difference, because of your faithfulness, your consistency, your persistence, because of you doing what you need to do and not playing into distractions and getting off course and wandering around in the wilderness with people who not going nowhere, not trying to go nowhere. The enemy's job is to kill, steal, and destroy the mission that God got over your life. Okay, so everything else is going to fade away. So that's why it's very important for you to keep coming up here, getting these messages. It's very important for me to make sure that I am doing the things that are required behind the scenes to stay a willing vessel for God, because it's easy for all of us to get derailed. Like I tell you guys all the time, I have to get up here each and every day, make a decision, put me a little makeup on, get myself together. Because it seems like every time I get up here, I'm saying, whoo, I'm facing another 28 days of Mother Nature, another 28 days. I need to start counting and make sure it's actually 28 days, because I'm having to pick myself up off the floor like Jesus. So, as your womanly monthly release happens, it makes you more tired, it makes you a little grumpy, it makes you a little moody, it kind of throws you off a little bit where you want to lay in that bed, pull up them covers, get you a little squishmallow or something, and watch you a nice old cozy movie and relax. So I hadn't had bread in over a month. So today I was tempted and I ate some bread, because I consider today like a little cheat day, and it was so good to me. And I said, Lord, see, this is why I cannot have no cheat days, and I cannot be going backwards, because it felt so good. And nothing is wrong with indulging just a little bit, but you have to be very careful with that, because you can easily slip back into old habits and old things that no longer is going to help you meet your goals. So, if you're going through your monthly womanly release, we in it together, okay? Because sometimes when you start being around people, you guys have similar times of the months, and it's kind of weird. Me and my friends, we used to talk about that. Like, and even my siblings will be like, "Oh, it's you too, you too." We look up, we're all together. So, one of the things that I wanted to share was, I wrote this down. This was when I was telling you guys about how I was listening to Joel Osteen, and he was telling us that basically some people don't want to be in peace with you, and it's okay to move on. It's okay to accept where people are in their journey. Just don't let it hinder you and make you feel bad, or you try to overextend yourself to be a people pleaser and make yourself feel like you have to get this person to like you. Everybody doesn't want to like you. Every person does not want to be in peace with you. And the reality of it is that you're doing something that they can't mirror. You are speaking a language that they don't speak. You are living a life that they only dream of. So it's very important for you to continue on your transformation journey, because it inspires other people, but they have to come to this realization and acceptance and surrenderance at their own time, okay? It is definitely a free will process. So you'll find yourself very frustrated, very defeated, very aggravated when you're trying to speak to people and be kind to people and sow life and prosperity into people, give people positive motivational words who really don't want it. So it's okay to accept people, be at peace with yourself. Don't live in war with yourself, trying to accept people and want people in your personal, intimate space who don't want to be there. If somebody has shown you time and time again through infidelity, through mistrust, through lying, through just not being honest, that character, that integrity, if they show you that they don't want to be in your life, believe them. It's really true what Maya Angelou says. She said, if somebody show you that phase of them, believe them the first time. You know, as we are kind, empathic people, we're kingdom people. We give people multiple times sometimes, and we're thinking, you know, God do with them, God be with them. We pray for them, we fast for them, we try to do all we can to keep them in our lives. But God say He heard something that you didn't hear. He saw something that you didn't see. He heard them say something or do something behind your back maliciously. That's why He keep revealing to you over and over and over and over again that that person is not to be trusted. That person is not have the clearance to go with you to your next level. So that's why God keeps revealing things that are done wrong, and you don't have to search high and low to find it. He's putting it right in your face in plain view, because He wants you to see that this person can't go. No matter how much we want them to go, how bad we're going to cry, how bad we're going to be sick, how bad it's going to make us just feel like we lost our best friend. It's okay. Cry for a little while, like R.C. Blake says, but we have to make sure we get ourselves back up off of the floor in due season and carry on with our journey. Everybody can't go. They're not willing to do the work. They're not willing to live in integrity. They're not willing to transform. They're not ready to read their scripture. They're not ready to fast and pray and live a life of righteousness. They're not ready. So when you see people who are not ready through their actions, through their fruit, leave people where they are and carry on, because it's going to keep you wandering. It's going to keep you and your kids living in poverty. It's going to keep you at war with yourself. You're not going to have any rest. You're not going to have any peace. You go to sleep 12 hours and still wake up tired. It's because you're not at peace with yourself. You're not living in your obedience. You're not living in what God really have for you. So God is not going to let you stay there in that low bottom, rock bottom lifestyle. He said that's not for you. You are a king's kid. That's not the portion He has for you, okay? So when people show you that they don't want to be in your life, believe them. And it's hard. I know. I be rooting for people. I be like, come on, you can do it. You can do it. God say He won't give them the capacity, because that's just not the person. Okay. So I wrote down, God will open your spiritual eyes to see things like treasures in plain sight, because He wants you to see these things. Often we want other people to see these things. However, God has not opened their eyes, and He has not spoken to anyone else about these things except you. He has not allowed their eyes to see what He has allowed your eyes to see. So sometimes we can look at a situation and we can say, now that's just plain as day. Can't you see that? But we seeing it and judging it from the spiritual realm, where everybody else is looking at it in the natural realm. That's why I'm a big advocate of people separate from people who you like. Even if this is your sister, your cousin, your brother, your parents, uncles, aunts, your own children, if they no longer want to be with a person, it's a spiritual reason why God is detaching them from that person. It's a personal preference to start there. Secondly, it's things that go on behind the scenes that will kill people's spirits if they stay connected to these people. So when you hear people say, listen, we are very mutually deciding we just don't want to be together, whether it's mutual or not, that person decided they don't want to be with that person no more. God will give most of us spiritual eyes to see. It's a reason why they broke up. It's a reason why they're no longer together. Something wasn't adding up. The math won't math in within the relationship. Don't be the person saying, well, you ought to see if it's going to work. You ought to listen. When the person made up the decision, let them move forward. It's already hard enough not to keep going back and wandering in the wilderness and giving hope, false hope, and going to get your heart all sick and your hope all up. And then the person going to keep doing the same thing, repetitive cycles. When you see somebody say they cut ties with somebody, they changed their number, they're no longer in relation with that person, don't want to know what that person doing, don't want to know who their new bae is, cut them off on social media, whatever. When you see somebody make that move, don't you be the person watching this right now, my Blessed Tribe members. Don't y'all be the people saying, well, why don't you give them another chance? Because that person, giving that person another chance could be their last attempt to save their soul, for them to be able to walk authentically and boldly into what God birthed them here to do. So don't try to pull people backwards by asking them questions. When somebody leaves, somebody is for a reason. Okay, so back to being able to see treasures in plain sight. So I had wrote down some examples of where I saw things and other people didn't see them. So there was a hole in the wall, and I brought it to somebody else's attention to show them the hole, and they really couldn't even see it. And it was just so peculiar to me, like, God, why is this hole catching my attention? And it was the littlest hole in the wall, but it's summer seasons, and I know how snakes can slither through and they can change their size to get in holes. Okay, so I'm very particular when I see a hole, mice and all that. Okay, so I'm like, listen, we need to patch up this little area. So that was just something that just God brought to my eyes, maybe just to fix the problem before it became a bigger problem. But it's something like that in your life. God has brought it to your attention. He showed only you this behavior, or this way that the lady shifts when she's in the company of her spouse, or this way that this child just comes and confides in you about somebody inappropriately doing something to them, and you're the only person who knows. It's a lot of things that's in your path that God is going to bring you. You're going to be the only person that someone is God is using to show you a thing, and other people are gonna think, oh, well, that's nothing, that's no big deal, that's just a coincidence, which I don't believe in none of that foolishness. I don't believe in no coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. Everything matters. God wants you to be paying attention and living a sober life. He wants you to be looking and watching for everything. Okay, so I was able to see the colorful box I was telling you guys that was just laying in a tree, and God was saying, pick it up. And as I reached for it, he said, you're going to be reaching for your abundance, your healing, your health, your goal weight. You're going to be reaching for your future that you desire. You're going to be reaching for all of the things that you have tied up in my heart, in the kingdom, things that I want, things that I'm working towards, my goals. He was showing me this one little box, and it was trash to somebody else, and I didn't even understand why he was telling me to get it. But when I reached for it and I was obedient, he revealed that to me. So it's certain stuff that God will be showing you, and you're gonna think that was very peculiar, and you're gonna put it in your memory bank, and God gonna bring it back. Oh, that's what that means, if he doesn't reveal it right away. But if you fasting and you're developing, you're in kingdom environments, you cut off toxic people, you are making the moves and moving forward, God gonna reveal it to you right away. Your clarity is gonna come right away. It's gonna be like just like breathing and blinking. It's gonna come naturally. It's nothing you gotta try to reach different levels and realms to get. It's very subtle. It's very silent and quiet. That's why women are now tapping into living softer lives, because we understand all of that masculinity that our ancestors had to live in slavery, and just putting up with foolishness in relationships, and bending over backwards for people to accept us, and doing stuff out of our character to be liked in society. We're learning we no longer have to do that, because Jesus Christ lives inside of us. The power and authority lives inside of me. So I don't have to do all of that anymore. So when you start tapping into your Father, when you start getting into your kingdom environments, your transformation, renewing your mind, start getting into scripture, you're going to be way softer. You're going to say, listen, I know I don't need to do all of that to connect with my Father. I don't have to fight no battles. I don't got to go set no records straight. I don't got to go tell nobody nothing. I don't got to go and defend on my behalf. My Father will give me step by step of how to get out of any challenging situation I'm in. So another thing that he'll bring you attention to is nature. So you'll be paying attention to the birds, the beetles, the butterflies. Like, it's like they'll be talking to you in the spiritual realm. God will use your sensitivity to nature, and stuff you would naturally never pay attention to. All of a sudden, it's gonna start making sense, and God gonna say, pay attention there. Go out there and relax. Okay. It's like music to my ears when I wake up first thing in the morning and I hear the birds. And I always said that when I get me a property in the country, I'm going to have some roosters out there. I love to hear the roosters crow first thing in the morning. So another thing is, Yeah, people will share things with you that they never have shared with people before. Like you have the spirit where people are going to confide in you. That's why life coaching was so amazing and awakening for me, because there's a level of confidentiality with me sharing and with you sharing. And then we basically help each other bring things out of each other that I didn't even know was there. Like some trauma I had experienced when I was speaking with another Blessed Tribe member, and they brought it up. It reminded me of trauma that I had experienced and I had suppressed for years and years since childhood, like 7, 8, 9, 10. I didn't even remember that that happened until I heard somebody else's testimony, and I said, yes, I remember that I experienced something similar to that. So you're going to have the ability to connect with people, and they're going to confide in you, and you're going to be able to bring trauma out of people and bring about healing. Okay. So that was one thing that I needed to share, and I don't have that long because I got to get on another meeting, but that was one thing that I had that I didn't get to share from the last time. Okay. So I was actually watching Divorce Court. So in my downtime, that's one of the things. I love Judge Lynn Toller. Judge Maybelline was good, but me and Judge Lynn Toller, we got like this spiritual connection in the realm, okay? And I just love the way her emotional intelligence, it just speaks to me. I'm able to learn through the parables and things that she uses through her teachings on her show. So some of the things, and I love to problem solve. I love to see how people problem solve out of their own problems, like the method of psychology and all of that. I like that. I like that. So I was watching a couple, and it was just two different spirits trying to connect and be equally yoked, but it wasn't working. And it just made me think about character. So that's why I have wrote down character is something you cannot buy. And then later on, as I meditated on those words, God had took me to Proverbs 31, and I ended up at Proverbs 31 woman. And from the show, some of the things that I had pulled out of that was be at peace with people who are at peace with you. So that means if someone's being friendly with you, if somebody's being accepting of you, if someone is uplifting you, they have a positive word. Even if you guys have different nationalities, maybe even have different religions, you can still be kind to another person. God is love. So love people who show you that mirror of love. Most of the people, they meet you with the energy that you give. And some negative people, you really just have to leave them there. And it's no hatred or bitterness. It's you making a decision. It's you taking control of your life to say, I'm going to live in peace on today. Okay. So be at peace with people who want to be at peace with you. So it seemed like when I was watching the show, the husband and wife, it was like they were not at peace with one another, but they still said they wanted to be together. And the lady was telling them, no, that doesn't make no sense. Y'all have no love, no intimacy, no care for one another, no sort of ever want to be together. Other people are catching your attention. It's clear that you guys don't want to be at peace with one another. So why would you live in hell in more years into marriage, than necessary? So sometimes it's very hard to separate from people, especially our intimate partners and our spouses and stuff. So when people show you that they don't want to be at peace with you, leave them alone. So this was all the revelation that came to me, okay? When people don't want to be at peace with you, leave them alone. Because like I said, God may have heard things that they said about you or that they coming up against you. They may be smiling in your face, but if it doesn't give peace and it doesn't sit well with your spirit, pay attention to that. Leave them alone, okay? Pray for them. So when you leave them alone, you're just not going to leave them out there to just fend for themselves and think you're better than people. No, you're going to pray for them. God wish them well. God bless them, and bye. I just can't get caught up in that distraction, because you're going to start feeling like, what's wrong with me? Why, what's, my hair not curly enough? Like, what's going on? Or am I not what your cup of tea? No, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I'm learning that as friendly as I am, as nice as I am, as bubbly as I try to be, just trying to be a light spirit. I'm not perfect at all. I have things I need to work on. I'm humble. I will let people know, listen, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I have no issue. Listen, I'm just a willing vessel who have surrendered, okay? But I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and neither will you be. So it's naive for you to think that everybody will like you. And when you find out that their spirit is not engaging with yours in a positive, productive way, leave them be. God, pray for them people. I know that that's just not the energy I'm trying to set my spirit into right now. I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying to do my will, your will over my life. I'm not trying to get in any foolishness, okay? So leave them right there. Disconnect immediately. Listen, don't try to force people to be your friends. God, see, it ain't gonna work from the beginning. So take it from the first cue. Listen, disconnect it, cut it off. You not in a season where you can give people 5 and 3 times. No, first time, gotta go. Gotta go. You wiser now, okay? You got the knowledge now. You understand you don't need these people to get to where God taking you to. Everything in love. Peace, pray, disconnect, got to go. Stop showing up for the next episode. Ooh, when I felt that in my belly. God say, listen, why do we continue to show up for the next episode? Just like I was saying, a couple, they just hated each other. They just was cheating on each other. They just didn't need to be married. They didn't trust each other. It was a disaster. And the lady was a thief. She was a liar. She believed that you could just have other sexes in the apartment when the person working 12 hours, they not working, and just having a good old time. And the judge like, where does this make sense? Listen, don't keep showing up for the next episode. Do not let people run you through the ringer like that. Do not keep showing up. Even when like this cookout season, I am so ready for my kingdom cookout to happen, my kingdom family reunion. I don't know if it's going to be this year, next year, whenever. Listen, stop going to these family barbecues, to these family events. You know these people, they not doing the Father's business. They're going to be turning up. They're going to be talking about you before you even get there. God giving you all of this opportunity to turn around and go back home and have you a good time. Go get you a George Foreman or go pull out your own grill. Invite your own friends, your kingdom friends. Zoom them in. Whatever you got to do. Stay in peace. Do not keep being at war with yourself. Stop driving your car to places and brunches and lunches and picking up the phone for people who irritate your spirit. It's a reason why you guys are not getting along. You're not on the same path. Do not drive your car, walk yourself, invest in things, and you know that it's not going to be a positive experience for you. It's okay to say no. I'm not coming to none of the family barbecues this summer. I'm not coming to nothing that you guys are having. Not because I'm better than you. It's because I know that I'm not going to spiritually be fed when I get there. I'm going to be depleted. I'm going to be exhausted. I'm an empath. I'm going to be just drowned out. I'm going to be just exhausted. Listen, it'll take 24 hours just to recruit from being around so many negative, toxic people who are not even supporting you. You call these people, you tell these people you doing something in your life, they like, well, who told you can do that, or why you think you can do that, or how you afford that. They not supporting nothing you got going on. Stop showing up for the next episode, okay? So you cannot change other people. The only person you can change is yourself. So I guess I'm going to get to Proverbs 31 on another day. Because I got a whole 3-page that I need to share about that. But I thought this was good. Let's see where I'm going to go from here. I always write all over the place. All right. So God was showing me in the spirit that you have the green light. So that was just my spiel about that. Just leave people, be at peace with people, okay? So this is another message. It says you have the green light. So God was saying that whatever you are desiring to do, you got the green light. And he kept flashing the green light, the green light, the green light. So if you have a dream in your belly, if you have a desire in your heart, if you have a vision that you have written out, you don't know how it's going to come to pass. The thing is way bigger than you. That's a God-given thing that he wants you to get into position. He wants you to get into the vehicle of his spiritual baby, and he's going to drive it. It's like those cars that you don't really need to do anything with, like those little spaceship cars. You just get on them and they just drive off. That's what he needs you to do. He needs you to get in there, don't touch nothing, and just be in there. Just like just now, all I did was I got up, got in the shower. I got me about, I don't know how many steps I got in so far, but it was so hot. It was like 100 degrees. So me and London had to come in. She was like, Mom. So yeah, we only got 3,100 so far. But yeah, we're going to go back out there when it cool down. But he just saying, listen, I need you to get in the vehicle and just don't do nothing. Go take your shower, do your hair, put your makeup on, write down what I tell you to write down, say what I need you to say in the order I need you to say it. Go with the spirit, go with the flow of life, show love, disconnect from foolishness. Don't keep showing up for the next episodes. Set some boundaries. Let people know you're not about to roll up on my anointing. You're not about to roll up on my spirit. You're not about to roll up on my spiritual baby. Back up. You know, you're going to have to just do the things you've been doing, but all he needs you to do is just show up. He don't need nothing you to do nothing, touch nothing, mess nothing up, try to go and get some, create some. No. Follow the instructions that he wants you to do. So when you get in the green light, you get in the vehicle, that's all he needs you to do. He's using your vehicle to get his will done. Okay? You don't need to know the when, why, who, where, all of that. When, he ain't giving you all of that right up front. So you got the green light, but you're going to have to go process step by step. Fall in love with that step by step process, because each step you're going to learn something. You're going to figure out somebody that you couldn't trust. He going to reveal something to you, a lesson that you didn't know that you even needed or that you could do. He's going to pay for it. He's going to provide it. He's going to bring resources. He's going to bring kingdom helpers. Okay, you're going to get a whole new kingdom family. He got this thing under control. He just needs you to just relax, chill, take a nap, wake back up, do his will, okay? So remain focused, ignore foolishness, go the extra mile. So like I said, on these jobs, people be saying, I'm not about to do all that. Everything you do, you need to do it in service. You need to do it as in God is sitting right there watching you, because he is. You be the person saying, I'll go ahead and do it. Why? Because you're not doing it to please your boss. You're not doing it for a paycheck. Everything that you do for your Father's kingdom is going to count on Judgment Day. Always remember that when you deny opportunities to grow, when you deny opportunities to be a standout, for you not to just be a person laid up on the wall saying somebody else do it. They only paying me this dollar amount anyway. You know, why I need to step out and do something that's not even in my job description. That's what they get paid that for. I used to be that person. I'm doing the same job, working harder than people, making $20,000, $30,000 than me, and they expect me to do it. And I'm like, they got me messed up. But now I know I'm doing everything for my Father's kingdom. Everything, the extra mile that I go, is going to be rewarded on Judgment Day. It's going to be rewarded in my Father's eyes. I do not have to please man. I do not have to act like that I'm doing this thing because I'm doing somebody else a favor. Anything you stand up and do and say, God, I do this unto you, he's going to get the glory off of that, not you, okay? So go the extra mile. So when you get an opportunity to stand out, you be an opportunity to be an eagle. Show all the chickens what eagles do. And then when eagles get promoted, all the chickens be mad. No, you said you didn't want to do it. Keep not doing it. And we will walk right into our destiny, okay? So good that they don't want to do it. Say, I'm so glad I didn't have to compete with you to be an eagle on today, okay? So be a standout. Don't be afraid to be in the front center. I was that person. I always wanted to be the fly on the wall. I always wanted to be the person that come help decorate. And when everything is popping off, when all the people come and all the different energies get in the room, I want to be gone. So I've always been the behind the scenes type of person. I love when people have a behind the scenes opportunity, because I love to operate in service. And I didn't realize that that's what it was, but I love to serve and not be a standout. But God say, this is your standout season. That's why you was behind the scenes for all these years, building and getting your confidence up and learning the things you needed to learn. But this is your season where he's saying, boldly step out and do the things he's asking you to do. Boldly step up in your gift. Boldly tell people, no, you're not about to play with me like that. You played with me like that for 10 years already. Back up. You have to tell people to back up off your anointing. But in this next season, you're the standout girl. So no more, I'm an introvert. I don't want to talk to people. I don't know how to network. I don't know who's going to buy my products. I don't know how to record. I'm so nervous about it. God is saying you got to get out of that. This is your standout season. So all the things that you said you would not be doing, God going to have you doing it. So he told me to write down, get uncomfortable being uncomfortable. So being uncomfortable, you cannot have everything you want and you call that a sacrifice. So the sacrifice is you, even though you're afraid, you fight through the fear. Even though you scared and don't know what's going to happen at the meeting, you show up anyway and find out that it was an opportunity there that you wouldn't have gotten if you would have stayed at home. Take the opportunities to sacrifice. When you make a sacrifice, you go when you scared. You show up even if you don't know what the outcome will be. You showing up because you know everywhere you go, your Father got something for you. Everywhere you go, you either can be used, or either God is going to use your gift so he can get the glory, so other people can be saved. So don't focus on being comfortable. This is not a comfortable season, because what I'm doing right now, this is not total comfortability, but God is saying, show up anyway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When I get off here, I want to be calm, relaxed. I probably don't want to talk the rest of the day, far as just using the gift. But get comfortable being uncomfortable. God said he gonna use you in a mighty, 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 mighty way this year. Okay, so you're not going to be able to be in the back scenes this year. You're going to have to sacrifice, and your sacrifice is going to be overcoming that fear of getting from behind the scenes. You're going to have to speak up in this season. No, that's not going to work with me. I have meetings on Wednesdays. I'm not going to be able to sit on the phone with you for 3 hours and talk about the same relationship that's been dead for 10 years. I'm not going to be able to do it this season. No, I cannot go with you to that party because I'm taking a season of no longer consuming alcohol in this season. No, I cannot do that because I'm going to be recording consistently. No, I can't engage in that traveling because I got some kingdom traveling I'm doing. No, me and my house are not going to do that because we're doing something different. It's okay to stand up and say no. That's another standout. When you say no, you're not so agreeable with everything that don't go with what God have you to be. That's another form of distraction. You just saying yes to any and every thing that somebody brings your way. No, wake up every day. God, what you want me to do today? God will tell you, and it's not that. And it's not their agenda. It's not making them happy. It's to please your Father. So every day you get up, ask God, what you want me to do today? That's the first thing. God, thank you so much for waking me up, giving me another opportunity to serve you. What you want me to do today? So you want me to send that email? You want me to not record? You want me to get 12,000 steps in versus 10? You want me to do this? You want me to do that? You want me to take London there, connect her with this tutor? You want me to... He'll guide you along the way. And if it don't go with what he told you was doing that morning, you are to say no. No, thank you. Thank you so much, but no thank you. Thank you so much, and you just take that idea and you throw it away. You don't have to tell the person you're not using it. Thank you so much for your input. Thank you so much for your insight on that thing, and you throw it right where it needs to be, out of your path, unless it goes with what God told you to do, okay? All right, so release control, that's already surrendering. All right, so you need to get you some different friends. So, friends tell you the truth. And this is another thing kind of leading up to character, but I'm going to have to get to the character another time, okay? So, friends tell you the truth. Someone is always watching. So, if somebody is really there for you, they're really supporting you, they're going to tell you the truth. Even if it hurt, even if it wasn't what you expected, even if it was hard to deliver, they're still going to tell you the truth, because that is what a friend is. They're going to say, listen, sweetheart, I know that that won't bring you happiness. That job, it sounds like a good opportunity. You making more money, but is that gonna go with what you and your husband got going on? Because you told me your goals, and that don't go with your goals. Are you sure that that is what you want? A person who is your friend, they're gonna come back with some interesting questions you didn't quite think about. They're going to make you go back and rethink and pray on that harder, fast on it harder, to make sure you're making the right decision. So they're not just going to be agreeable. People that love you, they just not going to be agreeable and sit back and watch you squander your life away. Sit back and watch you make poor decisions and have no accountability. People that really love you, they're going to tell you the truth, okay? And that is having good character, telling people the truth in love. Listen, I'm so sorry to deliver this message in love, but that's not it. That person doing it to you repeatedly over and over again, that person putting their hands on you, I'm not going to accept it. No, I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not acceptable. Sorry to tell you, but no. Your friends, they should be able to tell you tough things and you be able to swallow it. It might hurt, but you got to take it. Okay? All right. So, love yourself. So, the reason why Sometimes we keep showing up for the next episode. We want to be with people who have proven to us 55 times they don't want to be with us. God didn't let the girl come to your door. God didn't let the friends find out. Everybody and their mama know that this is not the person. This is not it. But the reason why we keep showing up for the next episode, the reason why we keep showing up at that job when we know it has nothing to do with what God got for us, the reason why we just keep wanting to be friends with people who don't want to be friends with us, trying to people please, it's because we don't love ourselves. So the first thing that you can do if you're lacking love for yourself and you're making poor decisions and you don't know how to make decisions and set boundaries to show that you love yourself and make you feel valued and worthy and loved, it is to accept yourself. So I know that I'm loud. I tell all my people, like, listen, I'm a little loud because I'm country. So we talk loud down here. So I'm loud. I know that I am, I get real excited sometimes. My voice get elevated. So I'm just loud. Okay. And it's not because I'm trying to be loud. This is just who I am. I have to accept myself. I know, like, when I see people that got really, really thick eyebrows, that's not me. I don't have thick eyebrows, but I love other people who have them, but I have to accept myself. I know that, I'm short. I can't just manifest into being tall tomorrow. I can think it. I can have all the power and feel with the Holy Ghost, but that's just a genetic thing. That's how he made me short. And a lot of people say they cannot believe I'm short until they meet me in person. But yes, I'm short, and I have to accept being a short person. I didn't grow up with the traditional mom and dad in the family and passing the family spaghetti bowl around and everybody's all peachy and king and sharing their day and very emotional and loving and you're valuable and what you think matter. No, I didn't grow up like that. So I can't pretend that I grew up like that. It's just certain stuff I had to accept about myself. And God is saying that's when you begin to love yourself and discover who you really are, when you can accept yourself. So all the quirky, weird things that you do, you pay attention to, like the hole in the wall, the box that God say pick up, and then you're going to be getting everything that you want out of this life. All these little quirky things that other people may say, you know what, that's the oddest thing. God say, accept that quirkiness and weirdness about yourself. Accept that you love reading literature. Accept that you love knowledge. Accept that you want to see everybody thrive. You advocate for the kids. Whatever that thing is for you, accept that quirkiness and stuff that gets you fired up. And other people like, girl, we don't care about that. Accept those little quirky things, okay? I remember when my grandma used to make banana pudding. I used to always say, can you make mine with no bananas in it? Because I didn't like the texture, the mushiness. And she would always say yes, because I was a little spoiled growing up. And I thought that was so quirky. Little small stuff like that. Accept those things about yourself, because it's going to help you love on yourself a little bit more, okay? And fall in love with all of your flaws. So I have like bigger arms, and I just be like, oh, I don't like it. But that's a flaw. Love every part of you. Love just your vibration of your voice, your body, the curves that you have. You know, you may have big feet, small feet. A lot of people say you have like small features. Whenever I go get my nails done, they'll say, oh, you have the smallest little hands and the smallest little feet. Accept your flaws, okay? Whatever they are, and it may be quirky and it may be silly to other people, but they're yours. Accept them, love them, okay? So change what you can. If you don't like your weight, you got to change your weight. I know my arms, I got to start doing them little exercise and resistance trainings. Whatever you can change it. That's going to make you love yourself. If you look in that mirror, your waist get to be snatched. I wore this little sweat vest thing up under my clothes today. When I took it off, I was dripping with sweat. Listen, change the things that you can change. So your weight, if you want to get the ombre with your eyebrows to try to thicken them up, do that. Listen, if you want to dress better, do your hair different, wear some makeup, go get your teeth whitened, change the things that you can change. I know Tony Gaskins, he is so funny, okay? He was saying that some people, they go and change stuff that don't fit them. So he was saying some stuff like your height and your skin complexion, some stuff you just can't change. But you got to work with the body and love the body to the best of the ability that you can, that God gave you. So it's some stuff we can change. We can decide to wear makeup and not wear makeup, what clothes we wear, how our body is going to look on the outside, our health and fitness. You can change those things. You can change being a person of poverty to a person of influence and abundance by getting into the purpose that God birthed you here to do, getting into your gift. Your gift is going to automatically provide what you need because you're going to be meeting the needs of other people. Things like that. You can change those things to be happier, to be more in love with the life that God got you here for. Because it's only going to be like a vapor. You're going to be here 1 minute and gone the next minute. I saw that with my mom. Here 1 minute, gone the next minute. And you have to learn how to enjoy this experience the best you can. Through all the persecution, all the hell, all the drama, all the backsliding, all the backbite, all the foolishness. It's a lot of good here as well, okay? So, tell your story. Listen, your testimony. I've been sharing a little bits and pieces as we are carrying along. But share your testimony. Your testimony is what's going to help people get out of darkness. Your testimony is what's going to show people that you are authentic, that you're real, that when you bleed the same blood they do. It's nothing different. A lot of people, they try to talk to people as if they're at another place and other people somewhere else. No, we're all going through a transformational journey together. Every day I have to surrender. Every day I have to tell myself, no matter what I'm feeling or look like on the outside, I love myself. I just tell myself every day, no, you're not accepting that foolishness. You're not in that season no more. You can't go backwards. You got to go forward. So we're all doing the same things every day, okay? So tell your testimony, how you overcame that, or, how that hurt your feelings, but you decided to ignore it, how you decided to invest in yourself, whatever it is, the traumas that you experience. You sharing your trauma and having the face that you have, it's going to help somebody else not be scared to share their trauma. And a lot of us have been through the same stories, but nobody is talking. Nobody is really telling it. So tell your testimony as often as possible. It will heal yourself. It will help heal others. And it will create happiness and peace within yourself. Because can't nobody else hold your trauma over your head that, yes, you was a dropout. Or, yes, you got pregnant young. Or, oh, you did that thing. You stole the car. You ran off from your family. You pretended to run away. Or whatever the silly thing you did when you was young. You got caught drunk driving, or you used to smoke, or you used to dance on a pole, whatever it is. Can't nobody hold that over your head if you telling it. If you taking control and you taking ownership of your own story, can't nobody else tell your story like you. Can't nobody else tell it 1,000,000 times and include detail for detail what happened the way that you can, with the expression and the emotion that you can. Can't nobody else tell your story like you can. So don't let other people benefit off telling your story. Tell your own story so they don't have nothing to hold over your head to say, nah, I remember when you did that. Okay, I already told that. What's next? The enemy will use anything to make you feel like you're not as abundant as you are in God's kingdom. The enemy will use anything to make you feel like you can't read, you can't keep up, you're not articulate enough, you're too country, you're too loud, you're too dark, your hair too curly, your arms too this, and your neck not straight enough, and your car like that, and you don't raise your kids like that, and everything's not perfect. The enemy will use anything to make you feel this small, but that is a trick of the enemy. God say that you are a king's kid. He knitted you together with love. When I read that in the scripture, I said, ooh, that was for me. He knitted us together with love. He wants you to be abundant. You are supposed to be a lender. You are supposed to be above. God is in control of everything, okay? And these ants, listen, if you from the country, these ants, I'm getting annoyed with ants. That's why I'm like, please don't let an ant be on me. So yeah, in the country, we have all of these crawly things everywhere. And chickens help with that problem too. That's another reason why I want to get me a chicken to eat all the little insects. And they'll be so happy and fat in the country, eating all the insects. So, okay, take accountability for your own actions. Remember, your transformation is your responsibility. Other people, if they get on board, good. If they don't, great, because you still got to do it. His will is going to be done. If he have to use somebody foreign, if he have to send it from way over there in another country, God gonna send you the resources. He gonna send you the kingdom helpers. He gonna send you your people. Everybody not your people, so don't keep wanting everybody to be attached to your gift, because some people will hinder it and block it. Okay, so accept the help that God is sending. Stop getting your own help. Okay, so get new knowledge, apply new habits. And we have this co-ed group that we have within our kingdom community. I'm going to put the link below because we've been invited to share the link with other people. So if you're looking for a support group, if you're looking for kingdom friends, kingdom family members, if you're looking for positive input, like a Bible study where we share and we pour into each other on a consistent basis, if you are interested in that type of resource, I'm going to put the link below. It is a co-ed situation where you have kingdom men and women coming together to be on one accord. So if you are Eagle, looking for other Eagle friends, Eagle family members, Eagle business partners, accountability partners, this is going to be a good place for you to start to see if it's something that you can utilize along your spiritual journey, okay? Also, everybody know I'm a life coach, so if you are interested in having a one-on-one session with me where we can decipher through your things to say, listen, I want to focus in this area. I admire that you have been through that. I see that you're being honest and vulnerable about that. Can we process this a little bit more? So I'll have the link in the description for my individual life coaching sessions. If you feel led to sow, that'll be wonderful. If you feel led to like the video, that'll be great. And if you feel led to subscribe to keep coming back up here, you hear something today that struck a nerve with you, that you feel like, listen, I can learn and I can glean from this channel. Keep coming up here. This is what it's for, to help you so that I can use some therapy, get my gift out, and also be in obedience. I got to do what God told me to do, not just work at that job and be London's mom and be somebody's granddaughter and somebody's cousin, somebody's sister. And I'm the middle baby, so middle babies are very serious, okay? We have a very unique place in the family. So I'm considered the knee baby. So I was birthed here more to just be their sister, to be people's mentor. I was birthed here to do a divine purpose, and I plan on being very serious about that. As you can see, I've been very consistent, and it's bringing me joy. It's bringing me peace. It's changed my life, and I'm hoping that it'll change yours, okay? God bless. Have a blessed day. I'm going to come back up here and give you guys Proverbs 31 woman about character. I'm probably going to have to do that either another day or another time, but I'm going to come back up here and get it to y'all, but I ain't have enough time today. I got to slide in over on this kingdom accountability meeting with my kingdom friends, okay? So I have to get over here and catch up with these ladies. Shout out to Ariel and Valencia. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Have a great day.